Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of Algebra 2. Good to have you here this morning. We're going to be looking at section 7.2, which is multiplying polynomials. And if you look at problems 1 through 4 in your exercise set, they're all pretty similar problems. You see that, right? I want to go ahead and kind of show you kind of how I look at these problems. When you have a monomial sitting outside here, you're going to multiply this thing that's called a monomial with one term, and then this thing right here we call a what? Okay, we call it a binomial. Okay, and one term here times two terms, a monomial times a binomial. And when I have something that's this simple, I like just making a little sketch like this to look at what's happening. So you multiply these together. So you have 6v times 2v is what? Okay, it's 12v squared. And then 6v times 3 is plus 18v. All right, so this operation here involves using one of the properties of algebra, maybe my number one property of algebra, which is called what property? This gets back to, remember the song, Algebra 1 has been so long, right? Algebra 1 has been a long time. Do you remember which property of algebra this is, though? Distributive property, right here. Thank you. I'll give you some credit for that. Excellent. So Luke says distributive property, yes. So what I want you to do is apply the distributive property, and I'm going to call on somebody to work out problem 2 in just about less than a minute. Go ahead and work out problems. And I have a lot of our sophomores are gone, so a lot of people whose name I'm going to choose, well, I'm not going to be here. So problem 2, we want to help us with that. It'll be Dustin. Right, so let's look at problem 2. All right, Dustin, what do you think? Okay. All right, Dustin, let's go.
Minus 30.
Like that?
30. That's all I got so far.
Okay, let's go look at this, right? What's 7 times negative 5? Negative 35, is that right? Okay, and then we have 7 times negative 8, which is negative 56. Okay. Now this is one that really, this is basic times tables, right? Look at it. I had people, do you notice I have some calculators up there now? You see those? I got to dust it off. So anyway, that's that one. What I want you to do is go on to problem 3. I'll choose somebody for problem 3. Okay. Problem 3, I'll choose somebody here. Yeah. Half a minute. Okay, this next one here, we have Tanner. All right, Tanner, what do you think?
Negative 4x squared.
So he starts out with the negative 4x squared. Now does everybody agree with that? Anybody have trouble seeing how that happens? Okay,
And then
go ahead.
negative 6x.
6x. Okay, anybody have any trouble seeing how that happens? Okay, everybody's good on that? Okay, thank you, good work. Let's go ahead and do number 4. I will call on somebody here shortly. Okay, next person to be put on the spot here today is? Not this time, maybe next time. It's gonna be Nate. What do you think, Nate?
I got negative 4b.
So negative starts out with negative 4b. Okay, negative 4b. Anybody have trouble seeing that so far? Go ahead, Nate.
And then just negative 4.
Minus 4. Negative 4b minus 4. Okay? Okay, really good. Now, once we're past number 4, which is where we are now, we have a little bit different type of problem, don't we? What are we doing starting in problem 5? What we have is we have a binomial times a binomial. Exactly. So there are different techniques that help with the distributive property here. I want to show you what my favorite technique is here. Does anybody remember any kind of techniques for solving this kind of a problem? Caitlin, you don't remember? Rowdy, you remember anything? Okay, there are different techniques. That's why I'm asking. Gio, do you remember this? No? Luke, you remember?
Combine like terms?
Well, usually, so Luke said combine like terms. Actually, combine like terms is going to be part of the step we're going to take here. Okay, so I'm glad he's thinking of that. So we're just going to park Luke's comment, which is combine like terms, because we're going to have to use that here shortly. Okay, one thing I like to do, I don't know if, again, you've ever seen this. There are techniques you can use, algebra tiles. You can use, what I like to use, especially if I'm starting out a year, is do something like this. Is you set up a box like this, and because each of these has 2 terms, so we have a what times a what? A binomial times a binomial. And usually, as our final answer, we're going to get a trinomial. But we'll see how that goes. So anyway, you take this 2n plus 2 right here. So this will go right over here like this. on top, and then over on the side, what are you going to put over on the side? 6n and 1. And so you just multiply together in the space where they intersect. And so you have 6n times 2n, which is 12n squared. All right? Does this look familiar to anything you've done in your academic career? Something you did maybe in biology? Yeah. And then you have 6n times 2, which is 12n. And then you have 1 times 2n, which is 2n. And then you have 2 times 1, which is 2. And so what you're going to do now is you're going to take these two together, which I circle like this, and what are these things right here? These are called what? They're called what Luke said earlier. They're called what? Like terms. They're like terms. So we're going to add these together. So what we're going to have is our answer is going to be 12n squared plus, you have 2n plus 12n, and you have to add these together. So we get 14n, and then finally plus 2. Now, what's helpful about this method right here that I showed?
Kind of like lays it out for you.
Yes, the Tanner said it lays it out for you. Yes, exactly. And me, what it does, it makes it really clear and makes it really a lot harder to me to make a mistake. And that's what you're trying to do. And you'll get to the point when you get familiar with these kinds of problems, you'll be able to pretty quickly do them in your head. But until that happens, like even when I start a new year of teaching, I want to break it down for myself to make sure I get it right, because I don't want to teach, I don't want to give Geo a wrong impression of what the right, I don't want to be wrong for Geo and others too. So anyway, sometimes there's another technique that some of you might see that's called this thing right here. First, outside, inside, last. Has anybody ever seen this before? Yeah, Tyler's seen it before. To me, I don't like this method as well, because this is kind of a special case. This one here, what's another thing besides what Tanner said, this gives you a lot more flexibility, because you can see that you can multiply 2 terms by 3 terms, right? Just by expanding the box. So this whole concept here to me is a lot more expandable and versatile. So that's why I prefer, especially when I'm starting out, to use that. Okay, let's go on to number 6. And what I want to do is I want to start calling on people to work these out. We want to, let's see, we got to go to 34, yeah, okay. Yeah, and you guys are talking to each other, and that's good. Okay. Okay, she's not here. I'll leave her there so she can get chosen tomorrow. he's not here either. I am picking a lot of sophomores here. Okay, now we got a junior. Okay. Okay, Gio, you got the short straw on this guy right here. What do you think, Gio? What'd you say? 8n to the power of 2. So he says 8n to the power of 2 plus 26n plus 6. Anybody have any trouble seeing that? Did you work it out in the box? Is that how you did it? You? Okay. Yeah. So let's go ahead and kind of reconstruct that. So we have here, did you put up here 4n plus 1? Is that what you did? And then 2n, 6. So here you got 8n squared. Here you got 2n. Here you got 24n. And you got 6. And so that's it, right? Thank you. Let's go ahead to this one here. Okay. Next. All right, Luke, it's your turn. What do you think, Luke?
I've got 6x to the power of 2.
So he starts out with 6x to the power of 2
Minus 20x
minus 20x
plus 6.
plus 6. Anybody have problems with that? So, Carly, did you get that too? Anybody have problems? Caitlin, you got that? Madeline? You okay on this, Madeline? All right, good work, thank you. You need to break this down anymore, or is that enough? Everybody's good on this? Okay, thank you. Number 8. Here's number 8. Okay, we're gonna have Corgale. Number 8. Okay, Corgale. What do we have here, Corgale?
I got 40x squared plus 4, but it's not an X, it's a P.
So what'd you get? 40,
46P squared.
46p
Is
squared?
that wrong?
6 times 8 is
I don't know. 48.
48. Let's fix that. Okay, we got it fixed. All right, what next?
And then plus 4P.
Plus 4p.
And then minus 4.
Minus 4. So let's just go ahead. Did you put it out in the box here? We're good?
Maybe,
So here we got 8p minus 2 and 6p plus 2. So here's your 48p squared, right? Here's your minus 12p, and here's your 16p. Here's your minus 4. Do these things add up to be 4p right here? Looks good, doesn't it? That's it, right? Okay. Let's go on to number 9. I will choose somebody in a minute for that. Okay. Yeah, he's got 2. Yeah, she's got 2. Okay, Rowdy, this one's yours. Okay, Rowdy, what do you think? 30p squared? Minus 8p, okay. Minus 64. Okay, any questions on that one? One thing you can do can you see how you can do this mentally also? Do you, a little bit? Because if you just take the first here, it's going to be, here's your 30p squared. And then you have here your 40p. And you have the minus 48p right here. And then here you have the minus 64, don't you? Yeah, so what happens is you go through this thing and just get more familiar with things. It'll be a lot faster and still accurate. See, it's really not too hard, is it, to do this? Thank you, Rowdy. I appreciate that. Good work. And we're going to go to number 10. In fact, that might be as far as we go today. Okay, this last one here. Okay, we got Madeline. All right, Madeline, what do you think?
I got 24m squared minus 6m minus 7.
Okay, she got 24m squared, and you said
Minus 6m and then minus 7.
minus 6m minus 7, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, we got, I don't know if that's right. Let's go ahead and look at it. Now this has got to be good here, right? That 24m squared, that's going to be no problem about that. And this negative 7, there's no problem with that either. Then we have 8m and 7. So here's your 24m squared, and here's your minus 7. Well, what's going to be negative 1 times 8m? That's going to be negative 8m, right? And then you're going to have 3m times 7, which is 21m. And then you add these together, what do we get? 13, right? That's going to be plus 13m. Is that right? Does that make sense, Madeline? All right, okay, you're good on that. Okay, what I want to do with this class today is we're just about out of time. I just want to leave it right here. And we'll just pick up tomorrow. I picked a lot of juniors today on the wheel. And tomorrow, a lot of sophomores are going to be picked. So that's just kind of the way it works. So see, who did? Did you get picked today? You did? Yeah, you didn't either. Pretty much everybody else. Okay, that's good. You guys will have a chance to be picked tomorrow. Well, I appreciate that. Good work.